What is going on, summoners? We're back here today with another champion deep dive. Today, we're talking about Scream. So, sit back and relax, cause it's time to get into it. Scream enters the contest with dangerous hair. All of her hits have a 25% chance to inflict a bleed debuff for 10 seconds. When the opponent is inflicted with a personal bleed, she also inflicts an armor break debuff for 10 seconds. Plus, 0.5 seconds for each rank in the Deep Wounds Mastery. If a personal bleed is prevented by an immunity, she inflicts 2 armor breaks instead. Now, Scream starts each fight with 4 Madness passives. When these expire naturally, or on her 4th light attack, they are all refreshed, and she gains 2 more. These max out at 8 stacks. The first Madness lasts for 18 seconds, with each additional decreasing by 20%. At 6, the opponent's stun debuffs suffer 100% reduced ability accuracy. And she loses 2 Madness when knocked down by a special attack, when a personal buff is nullified, or when incinerated by a Mystic champion. Madness is paused for 0.5 seconds when the opponent is struck by a basic attack, and during the opponent's specials, or while a striker is active. Now, when Madness is refreshed, its icon changes to reflect the currently selected Hybrid buff. These cycle through Vicious, Energize, Bulwark, and Impact. And either champion's second medium grants Scream the currently selected buff. When gaining a hybrid buff with 2 of the currently selected buff, Madness is refreshed instead. And while at 2 stacks of any hybrid, when she would gain a hybrid buff, she also gains a non-stacking Undermine buff for 5 seconds, paused during her opponent's special attacks. When charging a heavy, she consumes 1 Madness to inflict a 30% Infuriate debuff for 5 seconds. And when Madness is consumed by Scream, she gains a 100% auto block buff for 5 seconds. These count as well-timed blocks and have a 100% chance to resist a block break by a heavy. This buff is removed when struck with a contact basic attack. When successfully auto-blocking an attack, she gains 1 hybrid buff and inflicts a bleed debuff. Now, let's check out her special attacks. On each hit of her special 1, she consumes 1 Madness to gain a 100% fervor buff for 20 seconds. If she reaches 0 Madness, she instead gains Madness for the duration of the attack. Additionally, she gains plus 20% attack rating for each unique buff on Scream for the duration of the attack. With a special 2, she consumes all Madness on activation, and if 4 or more were consumed, she gains an unblockable buff for the duration of the attack. And on each hit of the final 4 hits, she deals a burst of direct damage for each personal debuff on the opponent. This maxes out at 30 debuffs, and the potency is increased for each Madness consumed. The Special 3. At the end of this attack, she gains up to 8 Madness, and up to 2 of each hybrid buff. And until the end of her next special attack, abilities that consume Madness during specials consume 0, but still grant their effects. Now, let's check out her signature ability. When awakened, when Madness is consumed by Scream, she has up to a 75% chance to gain a regen buff, healing 3% of missing health over 5 seconds. Also, against Spider-Verse heroes, each stack of Madness reduces the opponent's evade ability accuracy by up to 25%. Against Symbiotes, when gaining Madness, each stack grants up to a 25% chance to gain an additional one. And against tech champions, each stack of Madness reduces the opponent's armor up ability accuracy by up to 25%. Now, let's take her out for a spin in the champion rotation. To begin, perform a light ending combo to refresh your Madness. Then, finish with mediums to start gaining your hybrid buffs. Performing a heavy will consume 1 Madness to grant an auto block buff and inflict Infuriate. Auto blocking will grant another hybrid. And from here, use your special 1 to consume Madness for Fervor. Then, stay aggressive as you build Madness and rush to special 2. Keep in mind, gaining hybrid buffs while you have 2 of one kind will grant an Undermine buff. And once you reach Special 2, launch to consume your Madness and deal bursts of damage for each debuff on the opponent. And hey, keep in mind that Auto Block buff is only consumed when Scream auto-blocks a contact basic attack, and each time she auto-blocks, she inflicts bleed and gains hybrid. So, against opponents with non-contact attacks, things could get a little cheesy. Just make sure you're paying attention. Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Scream. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come discuss. And remember, we'll see you in the battle round.